Hey guys, so I could not wait to talk about my Devacut. I've been waiting for this for like weeks. You guys know I keep talking about it, so today I'm just gonna go through and tell you the process. So I was on the lookout for a Diva curl like specialist or hair cutter, whatever you want to say, and I literally could not find one anywhere near me. The closest one was like 2 hours away, and I just couldn't even. I tried to book something with them, and they were booked like 7 months in advance, like something next year. And I just could not wait that long. I really wanted my ends trimmed because when my ends aren't trimmed on my hair, you can really tell because of just how my curls are, and it just makes them look really, I don't know, they just act really weird. So my friend sent me someone on Instagram and I followed them. I'll link their page or put it up here somewhere. And I really liked how her results were with her clients and stuff, so I decided to look up reviews, and everybody really liked her. And she was kind of a new stylist, so I was like, but I decided to do it anyways, and so I picked up the phone and I called the salon.
This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch. Why you took me off the motherfucking.
So I called the salon and I was asking them questions like, "What do you use to style with?" Blah blah blah. They said Diva curl, and so I decided to book, and my appointment was November 1st, so that was a week ago almost. Yeah, a week to this day, and so it was like 3 weeks away my appointment. So the day of my appointment, I decided to like film before what my hair looked like, just so you guys could see and really see what I wanted out of my hair, because and why I was getting my Diva cut, because there was definitely something I wanted to change about my hair. So I'm just going to insert this clip and show you guys the before. So for today's video, as you saw, I will be getting my Diva cut, and I'm just gonna like walk you through the process I went through. It is 8:35 right now. I'm getting my Diva cut at 4, so like right after school I'm gonna rush over there, but I just wanted to show you guys what my hair is looking like. I just did a video before this of what a week in my hair is like before my Diva cut, because I'm showing you guys the reason I want one, and it's mainly because of this front section. It just gets like droopy, I guess. Like it needs a little bit of layers right here. I want it more lifted. I do have my hair bobby pinned to give it that effect a little bit. So I'm gonna see what the hairstylist will do to my hair and see if I like it. So let's just get the video started. Okay, so like I said, I was going like right after school, so I kind of tried to fix my hair before school and hopefully it would stay nice. But going into the salon, I was kind of glad. Like it was really close to my house. It was only like 10 minutes away. Going in, the people were really nice. Like I didn't get it on camera, but as soon as I went to the receptionist, they're like, "Oh my God, I love your curls. Like they're so beautiful." And I'm kind of mad I didn't get that on camera, but it's fine. I sat down in the waiting room. I waited, I think, maybe like 10 minutes. It wasn't long. She was finishing on another girl. And then I saw, her name's Ty too. I saw Ty like working on the other girl, and then she saw me, but she didn't like register. And then she went over to the receptionist and she's like, "Oh, is that?" She's like, "Yeah, whatever." And so she's like, "Oh, you're Ty." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, like I'm gonna finish on this girl and then I'm gonna come and get you." So I wait like another 5 minutes, and she comes over and she's like, "Okay, you can come back with me." She sat me down and she was like looking at my hair. She's like, "Oh my God, like I love your hair." Da da da. And I'm like, "Thanks." And she's like, "I didn't expect you to be a boy. Like I thought you were a girl." I'm like, I tried to tell them on the phone, like I was asking them questions and telling them everything. She's like, "I've never like cut a boy's hair. Like I don't really know what you want." And I'm like, good thing I'm picky, because you'll know exactly what to do. She was just like going through my hair, and I was like, "Yeah, my hair's really long." She's like, "Oh, like I see." I'm like, "No, like my hair's to my shoulder." She's like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" I'm like, "Yes, my hair is very, very long." So she's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yeah, my hair shrinks a lot, so don't even worry about it." So she's like, "Well, what do you want like out of this haircut. I'm like, well, I definitely want my ends trimmed for sure, and I kind of just want layers in the front of my hair right here. And she's like, okay. I'm like, I don't want volume. Like, my hair gets volume already. I don't need, like, I don't want a round shape. I like how my hair is like this and it hangs down. And so she was like, kind of like, okay, I kind of understand. I'm like, you'll be fine. Like, she was like, I'm not sure I know what you want. Well, she did, but she wasn't sure, I guess, how to, if it was going to be the same technique she usually uses, because she told me she's only been a Diva Curl, like, stylist for 9 months. And I'm like, she was like, we'll just experiment. I'm like, that's totally fine. Like, I'm sure it'll turn out fine, especially just how I style my hair. I don't feel like you can really mess it up that bad, especially because I told her exactly what I wanted. And I told her, just leave it long everywhere else. I just want layers in the front. I want my ends trimmed, and yeah, just get rid of the really raggedy pieces. I was using a lot of like protein products because my ends were so bad, they weren't like curling as much as the rest. So you could really see, so I kept putting protein in them. And I told her, like, I haven't trimmed my hair in almost a year. She's like, I couldn't even tell. I'm like, yeah, I've really been trying to save them for as long as I can. So she kind of just walked me through the steps, and she said she's gonna dry cut my hair and do all that first, and then she's gonna wash it and condition it, everything like that, and then she would go in and style and then trim from there if it needed trimmed more. But most of the cutting would be done in the dry stage. So she kind of just cut some pieces. She did cut some layers in the front like I wanted. Um, they're not, like, I'm kind of surprised because my hair's still really long. Like, the layers in the front are still long, but it doesn't like hang like how it was in my face. So I'm kind of glad I didn't lose length, because I told her I didn't want to lose any length a lot. So she ended up doing that. She obviously didn't take a lot off. Like, I can't even find a really, like, some of them are a little shorter, but you can't even tell. So after she was done cutting me, she said she's going to take me to the hair washing bowl, and she's going to wash my hair. So she begins to wash it, and she's like wetting it, and it's like, it's fully getting like how long it actually is. And she's like, oh my god, your hair is so long. And I'm like, I know, I tried to tell him on the phone. And so here's the thing, my appointment was at 4 o'clock, right? They close at 5, I think. So just keep that as reference. So she's washing my hair, and by now I think it's 5 o'clock. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5 o'clock already. She's washing my hair, and she's seeing how long it is. She's like, oh my god, your curls are so beautiful. She's just a really nice, like, hairstylist, and I don't know, she's like very easy to get along with, and she really like listens to you about stuff, like what you want with your hair, whatever. She washes the shampoo out, she's putting conditioner in it, and she's like trying to comb through, and she's like, your hair is literally sucking up this conditioner.
This is it, people. Let's move. Let's go, go, go. Let's go, 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 go.
That's why I don't use Diva Curl anymore, because I go through so much of it, it's not worth it. I'm telling you, she probably used a pound of conditioner on my hair. Like, my hair was drinking up that conditioner. She finally washes my hair, and I'm gonna insert a clip of what it looked like after I washed it. So she sits me in the chair, and my hair's like, like froed out how it usually is after I wash it. And she comes back, and she's like, she's gonna start styling it. And she's like, okay, so what do you usually use? I'm like, I use a leave-in conditioner, I use a cream, I use a gel, I do everything. I even shingle it. She's like, okay, like, she was like really like set on like trying to not let it shrink up. I'm like, my hair is gonna shrink up regardless. Like, we can't stop it. I kind of just accept it at this point. And I'm kind of, I'm obsessed with definition over length. So, I mean, yeah, length and shrinkage. So it kind of just comes hand in hand. And she's like, no, we're gonna try today. I'm like, okay, go ahead. So she told me she's gonna, so she kind of, what I'm guessing, I don't really know. So when she did the deep conditioner, I don't think she washed a lot of it out. So there was like a little bit of conditioner in my hair to keep it like moisturized. She said she was only gonna go in with the Diva Curl Archangel Gel. I'm like, okay, that gel, I know Diva Curl's moisturizing, but we'll see. Because, I can get away with using a gel if it's like a natural gel like Diva Curl. I've done that before. I haven't done it recently, so I don't know if I could. So she's like styling my hair, and she's like doing sections. Like, I told her I work in small sections. That's what she decided to do. She's like, we're going to experiment. Let's do one part with just the Archangel gel, and we can try other stuff mixed in other sections. I'm like, okay, that's good. So she's putting the gel in, and she's like, my hair is like not like curling. You know how it is when I put like just like nothing heavy in it. It just stays like poofy. And she's kind of looking at me. I'm like, you have to use a lot of gel. So she gets like, the liter bottle. She's pumping like a big goop, and she puts it on my hair, and it's finally like smoothing out and like curling up like that. And she's like, I've never used this much gel. Like, I'm not using this much gel on anyone's hair. Whatever, she's going through, and she's like, okay, I'm going to shingle it just because, that the gel was like smoothing my hair out, but it wasn't, as much as like a really thick gel like my braid out glaze or just, like wetline or something. So she's shingling it, whatever. And she's like, have you tried the Super Stretch, the Diva Curl Super Stretch? I'm like, no, but I like the Shea Moisture stretching cream. My hair still shrinks, but I like how moisturizing it is. She's like, let's try that in one section. So she put that in one section with the Archangel. I can't remember what else she put in a different section. She mostly just used the Archangel by itself. But I was telling her, like, my hair needs a lot of gel because my roots get really puffy. They will like make my hair stand up instead of hang down. So if we don't put enough on my roots, my hair will just go up. And she was like shingling it, and she was like really trying to get like as close to the root as she could, and she definitely was. It was taking her a little while longer just because she was detangling with her fingers and just like really trying to separate the curls, because I told her, if you don't separate my curls, they will clump together and make like, I don't know, like barrels. Like, I think I have one right here, and like just like, I don't know, it just won't, and then they'll like slowly separate and just be really frizzy. So she definitely was good with that. I really like how she took the time to like shingle my hair. Like, I've never seen a Devacut where someone got their hair shingled. I don't know, that's just me. She asked me, after she was done styling, she asked me how I dry my hair, and I told her I diffuse. I don't use any heat when I diffuse because my hair will just get really, really puffy no matter what. So I always diffuse with cool or like a semi-warm, not even that, like mostly cool. And she's like, let's try do you have a hooded dryer? I'm like, yeah, I sit under it. But the problem is, if I just sit under it without diffusing, my hair like sticks to my head. Like, it's all in it's like, so she's styling my hair and she's still putting gel in, and she asked me, well, like, how do you do it when you shingle your hair and everything? I'm like, well, I use my Tangle Teaser to brush it out really good, and then I use my 3-row comb. And she's like, oh, I've never heard of one of those. Do you like have a picture of it? I'm like, you guys know I brought everything in my car. I had the brush, I had the satin scarf, I had the shoelace, everything. I'm like, oh, it's in my car. So she's probably like halfway done with my head, and she's like, can you go get those brushes? I want to see. And I'm like, yeah. So I go out to my car, I get the shoelace, everything just in case. I get the 3-row comb and my Tangle Teaser. I give her the Tangle Teaser. I'm like, yeah, I just brush this through. It like glides through my hair. I think she was using a paddle brush to like brush mine through. And I gave her the Tangle Teaser, and she, within one brush, it was like butter. Like, it literally just slid through. She's like, this is really good. I'm like, I told you. So then she's like, I really want to try this 3-row comb out. I'm like, okay, put some gel in it, brush it through with that brush, and then go in with this 3-row comb. And so she's brushing it through. She's like, wow, it really is separating them. I'm like, so she's like, let's do a section with doing that and da-da-da. So she did a section doing the 3-row comb and separating it and brushing. She did use the rest of my hair to brush with the tangle teaser because she really liked how it was detangling my hair. So after she styled my hair, she was like, okay, how do you dry it? And I said, I diffuse on cool, a cool setting. I don't really diffuse with heat because my hair will just dry out and it just does not like heat. So she's like, okay, well, have you ever tried a hooded dryer? I'm like, actually, I have one and I use it, but I can't use it right after I do my hair because it'll dry my hair to my face. Like, it'll be stuck to my scalp and it just looks really flat, and it'll eventually like shrink back up, but it just like shrinks up really weird, and I don't like how it dries like that. And she's like, okay, well, let's try the hooded dryer here and see if we can stop your hair from shrinking. I'm like, okay, I already know it's gonna shrink up, but let's do it. She put me under the dryer and she was like, I'm gonna leave you for 10 minutes. I'm like, my hair takes 2 days to dry, so be ready. She's like, really? I'm like, my hair takes forever to dry. If I air dry, it takes 2 days. Like, my hair will be wet for the rest of my life. She comes back after 10 minutes and she's like, okay, your hair's still wet. And I'm like, and she's like, okay, that shoelace thing you told me about. And so I told her, after I diffuse my hair for a certain amount of time, I take my shoelace and I tie my hair up. And she considered that pineappling, whatever, same thing. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to let you dry for 10 more minutes and then I'm going to come back and why don't we try that shoelace thing? So I ended up under the dryer was a little warm too. So I sat under there for 20 minutes and then she came back and told me to try my shoelace. So I tied my hair up with my shoelace and sat under there for another 10 minutes. And then, so my hair was dry. It definitely like brought some volume back to my hair, but my hair was a little like elongated still just because my hair was wet, but it was like dry, you know, when it's like moist, but it's not wet. So after that, mind you, it's already like 6:40 at this point, so I've been there a good minute. And she's like, yeah, like I didn't think it would take that long to do your hair. I'm like, I kind of tried to tell them on the phone, like that's why I kind of didn't want to do it before they closed because I figured it would take longer than it did. But I'm really glad how it turned out. So after it dried, it was like elongated. It was in my eyes a little bit, but the way she cut it, it still wasn't like in my eye. It was like right above my eyebrow because I told her I wanted it like an inch above, so like right here. So she did trim a little bit off again when it was done drying. And then she was nice enough to tell me that if I wanted to come back and just get anything touched up for free, I could within a couple days. By the time I left the salon, it was like 7, so I was there for like 3 hours. This was on a Friday night. I felt so bad. Like, I'm sure she didn't know my hair would take that long or how long it was. So by the time I got home, I just wanted to see what it looked like, and I did record a little video for you guys of how it was looking after I got home.
Just so you know, there is a little extra bonus to this. If we make more money than the girls make, Rap's gonna wear Tim's and powder.
This is my hair after I washed it. I just wanted to show you guys that I still kept most of my length, but I was able to get the layers I wanted. And I went in and styled with, as you see, the Main Choice braid out glaze and the leave-in in the line. And these are my results. So what I styled my hair with on Sunday was the Tropical Moringa leave-in conditioner and the Pearly braid out glaze. You guys know I love this glaze and I was really excited to put it in my hair and see, just because this gives me amazing hold and shine and everything. So this is, what day is this? This is day 5 hair. So as you can tell, she really did put the layers in how I wanted. My hair's not like super flat in the front anymore, but I kept the length everywhere else. And I'm really just happy with how my hair turned out. Like, I really like what it looks like. That's about it of my Deva curl experience. If you stuck through this video, thank you. You might as well give this video a thumbs up as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.